Hello friends and fans, welcome back to A Gothic Getaway. If you're new here, I'm Lena. If you're returning, welcome back. Today I'm doing what is technically part 3 of my series on building a Lolita capsule wardrobe. I've decided to do all of them kind of like themed towards building a specific type of capsule wardrobe for each one of these videos, but even if that theme isn't like your own sub-style, I do recommend watching all of them because they have slightly different tips and tricks and recommendations in each one of them. Today, we're going to be building a Gothic Lolita capsule wardrobe. So for the Gothic closet, I really want to focus on, obviously we have a single color palette, which I've talked about in the previous videos. You want to have a primary color and an accent color. Technically the accent color for this will be white, but primarily it'll be black. I think Gothic Lolita is kind of it's one of my favorites because black goes with black, and when you're building and coordinating stuff, the way that you make more interest in your outfit is actually by mixing textures. So that's what the focus of this video is going to be, is mixing different textures to build a lot of interest when you're working with a single color palette. I do technically have a few white pieces to work into this just because I don't, for my own closet, like it's totally possible to have everything be all black, but I like to mix in white sometimes with some of the stuff. So that's just how I do it. All of the things that I'm going to talk about here today are suggestions. There is no hard and fast rules. This is just how I do things, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you guys. This wardrobe is actually the largest out of the ones I've done so far. It has the most pieces in it, which is what I mean by largest, and I'm just going to jump straight into showing you guys. Typically I recommend having at least one OP because you can throw them on and just put some accessories and you're good to go. 2-ish JSKs and a couple of bottom pieces. This capsule wardrobe is actually just OPs and JSKs, and then I have more blouses than what I recommended in previous videos, and then more add-on overwear accent garments. So let us jump into that. First, I'm going to show you guys, this is a Sweet Mildred OP. I showed a Sweet Mildred OP in the first video for Sweet Lolita. This one is a chiffon dress. This is a floor-length dress. I don't know if you guys can see. No, not really. It actually, the lining stops about here, and then the rest of it is just sheer chiffon. And you can kind of tell here on the bodice, the sleeves are also unlined, but the bodice down to the standard length of a Lolita dress is lined. Millie makes these not just in chiffon. This is a Georgette chiffon. It has beautiful lace accents on the collar and the cuffs and on the hem as well. She makes these in a few different colors and in a couple of other styles of fabric. I love this dress so much because it is pretty plain and simple. It can be worn as is. You can throw so many different accessories on this. Just changing up a belt changes the whole feel of this garment altogether. And it is so comfortable and so wearable. And yeah, I love this. I love this. This was the very first one she made for a fashion show, and I've had it for years now, and I'm so excited that so many other people have gotten on the Sweet Mildred Georgette Chiffon OP train as well. So, okay, that's the one OP. And then the second OP, I'm totally going to butcher this name. I think it's called a Chatang. This has also chiffon on it and lace, and then the material that's made out of is a polyester cotton blend that you can kind of see the texture right here. You can get this type of material in a bunch of different types of fabric, but this one here, it is a bustle in the front dress. There are bustles in the back that can be lit up and let down, which I love the versatility of Atelier Pierrot OPs. I have 2 or 3, or at least 3 of them in my closet overall. I've pulled an all black one today, and you can tell just like how changing what the base fabric is made out of it, you can see how they look a little bit different and such. This is also a short sleeve OP versus a long sleeve OP. So those are the 2 OPs that we're going to be working with. I like that the Atelier Pierrot one has a lot more points of interest that are just generally, you can change how the bustle shows and how the ruffles are. And because it's made out of multiple different types of fabrics, you can then work those different textures in with the accessories as well to change up the look a whole bunch. Next, we're going to go into JSKs. I've pulled out 3 JSKs for this, and the first one is going to be a printed JSK. So here we have the black and the white. The print on the bottom is only on the front. It's like little accent panels that are, for this theme, they are doll parts on plates, which is kind of morbid and grotesque. And being that this is a baby doll cut JSK, I actually tend to wear a lot of wapsi corsets with it and belts just to change where the waistline falls, because I'm not a huge fan of how baby doll dresses look on me, but just by adding a belt you can change how the actual fit of the garment is, and that's true for all of these things. But if I wanted to be a baby sack, I could also be a baby sack. So I do love changing and mixing up which style cuts you're using. For the dress itself, it's made of like an eyelet, Swiss dot almost cotton. So again, keeping with the different textures, there's also velvet. The word I'm looking for is velvet bows on here. This is the only one that has additional colors on it, but I do like having something that is a little bit different if you want to mix it up. For the next JSK, keeping with the wide types of different textures in it, we have this Soufflé Song JSK. It is chiffon. It actually has, I don't know if I can get it on camera, a handkerchief hem, which means it comes to a bunch of different points on the bottom. There is a bunch of different lace on here, and this one's really unique because it comes with like a Lolita cape. It is removable. It also came with a bunch of rose pins that can be worn on the garment. You can put them on a bunch of different things. I like wearing the rose is on a bonnet. And this piece definitely reads more on the Gothic side than the Gothic Lolita, but because it has a really full skirt, it is actually meant for Lolita, and it does coordinate and dress really interestingly. I think with the handkerchief hem, it also looks so cool, layered with other stuff. I've worn this with the Sweet Mildred OP, where I was using the OP as both a blouse and an underskirt, just to add more interest and layers to this garment. The next thing I'm going to add in, so this is like for Gothic, you can mix in a lot of different tropes from general Gothic fashion into your Gothic Lolita. And so I've decided to pull out this pleather dress because the way the black pleather captures and reflects the light just adds for a lot of additional interest in your overall outfit. And if you're wearing something that's shiny like this and then you decide to put on like a really matte belt or something like that, or a blouse, then you can see each individual item, and that's kind of what the goal is here. Next, we're gonna roll into the blouses. I've pulled 3 blouses out for this collection. We have a sheer mesh blouse. I love wearing this when it's a little bit warmer outside because it is an actual mesh garment. The air does flow right through it. Although at the same time, because it's polyester, it can trap the heat in, sort of, but not very well. I love this. This is just a general fast fashion brand that I found with bishop sleeves, and I love these sleeves. Next we have, I believe this is from Killstar. You can find general good Gothic blouses from just about any good Gothic brand. I fell in love with like the princess sleeve detail on this one, and the fact that it's a high collar. I do really like high collar blouses with my, Gothic things, because then I can add stuff like a cravat or just a really ornate necklace kind of things and not have to worry about the Peter Pan color hiding that. Then, last but not least, we have a Sakurata Fawn blouse. This is again a bishop sleeve blouse. I have short sleeve blouses, and you can use short sleeve blouses. I just mostly have grabbed long sleeve ones because those are my favorites to work with in this. And the sleeves on this are so cool. They're kind of like almost more of a button style sleeve, but they've got this lacing on the cuff, which again, beautiful accent detail. This one does have a Peter Pan collar. So if you want it to be, I feel like Peter Pan collars lean sweep, but they don't have to be. Next, I'm going to go through, I have 3 accent garments. I have this Peace Now cardigan, which has, again, these handkerchief kind of points. I love wearing this just in place of a blouse. I will put this on and then not have a blouse on underneath it. It is so comfortable because it is, you see, you can tell it's not the tightest knit of garments, which means it doesn't usually overheat me even when I wear it in the winter, although it is because it is long sleeves, you know, something to be aware of. Next we have, so one of these is more of an accessory than an actual garment, but I have this lace capelet that is from the brand Henrietta. I do also have a matching dress that goes with it, but I'm not going with an aristocratic style today. I'm just going with straight up Gothic Lolita, and these can be purchased separately. They also are a bunch of brands who make little lace capelets. And again, because this is entirely made out of lace, it adds an extra bit of interest and texture to your garments. Then I have a lace sailor collar. You almost can't even see it that well because it's folded up on itself. Let's put that back. But this has a beautiful floral pattern and a little bow here on the front. This is actually a bow that came with the Sweet Mildred OP, but I like using it on top of the little button closure there. And this again is just something that I like to use layered on. I would put this with either the high collar blouse or just over one of the OPs to add extra texture and interest to the outfits. So those are all the garments I've pulled out for this capsule wardrobe. I've been here for 10 minutes just talking about them, but let us go through a couple of accessories. Now, when it comes to accessories, you can have as many as you want, and I definitely fall into the trap of more is more, and the more small accessories I have, the easier it is to completely change the look of an outfit. But let's just go over a couple of them real quick. The first thing I want to talk about is purses. Now, it's not hard to find a plain black purse. Finding one that has like a few cute accents that work well with Lolita is not always just like grab and go. I have here a Pouvethel, I believe they're called the Sweet Memories purse. This one is velvet with this beautiful black embroidery that are done by, actually Pouvy's family does the production for these guys. And if you get a chance to get any of her purses, they are super nice, super good quality. You do have to worry a little bit about wear and tear over time because of the nature of velvet. But I love this. This is definitely one of my go-to pieces. It holds so much. It's got a, pocket in the back and a pocket on the inside, as well as the main body of it. Then I have this bag, which I thrifted a while ago. I love this bag. I literally used it yesterday when I went out to happy hour, and it holds a fair bit, everything that I could need on a trip out. Because it is a pleather material, it also does the same thing that I've been talking about this whole time, where it adds different interests in the texture. It adds another element that pops out against the solid black. Next thing I'm going to talk about is headwear. I have pulled, I think, 4 different things for this. One of my most used regular go-to things for Gothic Lolita is this Belladonna Bonnet that I picked up. It has Georgette Chiffon on the inside. The back of it is a really nice sturdy cotton brocade, which I don't think you can kind of sort of see the pattern on it. And then it's also got all of these really cool accent trims on it. I love this. I wear it so much. If you go to my Instagram and you look at photos of me in Gothic Lolita, Probably half the time I'm wearing this guy. He is my go-to. Yeah, so bonnet, black bonnet. Definitely, highly recommend. Usually when it comes to bonnets, that's like my OTT go-to piece. But for Gothic, it just seems to be my standard go-to piece. For other headwear, I have a few black and white pieces you can see. This is a meta head-eating bow. I love this for more old school style looks, but I also really like wearing black and white for my headpieces, even though the rest of the outfits tend to be black, because then I'll pair a pair of black shoes with white socks to kind of bring that back in. Also, again, having that slight accent color, you can work that in with your accessories if you wanted to add like a white belt to the black garment, and that just then creates more interest. I also, who would I be without my maxi pad headdress? This is a very old, angelic pretty one that I have and I adore, and I wear it way too often, but probably not as often as I should, TBH, because I just have so many maxi pad headdresses. I love this one. If you want more, like, I feel like these can take an outfit into like the sweet Gothic range, if that even makes sense. But again, it definitely leans an outfit also more old school. Then going into the straight up goth part of Gothic Lolita, I have decided to grab this kind of military style hat from Killstar. It has a crescent moon, which is a motif I love working in with my accessories. And this is the casual accessory for everything. Like the maxi pad and the head bow can be dressed down, but they can also be dressed up. This one, I always feel like it goes towards a different style look. If you wanted to go arrow, this also would be the way to go. Pair this with like a body harness and a garment and a little head cap like this guy. So those are all the headpieces I have. Let us grab some belts next. So I have only grabbed 3 belts to show you guys, but I'm going to tell you right now, I probably have about 10 belts that I use with my Gothic Lolita capsule wardrobe. I just also use them with like my everyday clothes, and I didn't feel like pulling all 10 of them out to show you guys. I don't want this video to be a million minutes long. I don't want to do another hour-long video that I have to try and edit down. So we're going to try and just do a couple, and you may see, I'm just letting you guys know, you may see additional belts in the flat lay photos. For the first thing I've grabbed, it's another Killstar item. This is a vinyl Batwing Wapsie corset. It's very similar to the one that I'm wearing right now in my classic look, but it's got little points, and it is that shiny vinyl, which again, when playing with textures, this is just like this against the chiffon or the chitang dress would pop out so much against them, and it could literally be worn with any of the headpieces, and the wings just add a lot of interest. Like, that's a unique thing, and bats are goth. Next we have, like I mentioned with the hat, adding some kind of harness style thing. This is a belt, but it has those O-rings that kind of nod to, you know, bondage style things, but it is just a fashion belt. It doesn't have any nefarious kind of purposes. I would pair this with literally any of the garments that I have here if I wanted to dress them up to be more edgy and lean towards like the origins of goth fashion as opposed to like Gothic Lolita. Maybe something like an arrow core, but not quite to the point where what I would call it arrow. The last thing I've pulled out is a Voodoo Dolly belt that there's a ribbon in here that it goes on, but I've also got a elastic belt place. This is a cast of a pair of hands. You just wear it like that. This one is cast in resin, I believe, and Voodoo Dolly does sell these. You might have to hunt them down at a Gothic event to get one. I don't know that they have them available online, but these are such a really unique item because it is like a silver pewter kind of, what's the word? Gunmetal almost color. It is just, it's not metal though itself, which makes it a lot lighter in the weight department, but it stands out so well against the black that that's definitely something that we're trying to go for. So I was going to show you guys a bunch of different jewelry options, but honestly, any jewelry can be used here. You can use it to pull in more colors if you actually want to have color instead of a all black closet. You can also just use black accessories if you want. Keep with specific themes if you like having themes, like how I have the crescent moon, and then I also have like the O-ring belt. We're going to work in other stuff like that with the different outfits. So let's jump straight into the coordinates. For the first coordinate, I've got the Sweet Mildred Georgette Chiffon OP paired with the harness style belt, a pouvy necklace, and the Meta head bow. I really loved using white in this outfit to kind of balance out with the silver accents I've added here. You can also see how the skirt itself lays, which I was trying to show earlier when I was showing you guys, but I love the extra detail that like the lining is not the full length of the skirt and you have this sheer moment happening by your legs. For the next outfit, I have layered the Soufflé Song JSK over the Sweet Mildred OP, so you can kind of see the different layers and textures that happen there. I do absolutely love how the handkerchief skirt on the Soufflé Song dress layers over the chiffon. This piece does have a lot of chiffon itself, and in fact the lace on the Sweet Mildred OP and the Soufflé Song JSK actually match perfect, so you can't even really see where how the collar of the OP layers over the JSK. They just match so well because it is the same lace. I've paired it with a bonnet and just a simple crystal drop pendant to keep this as a like relatively simple style outfit. For this outfit, I'm really leaning into the Gothic part of Gothic Lolita fashion. I have the pleather JSK paired with the Sakurata Fawn blouse. Instead of jewelry, I have put on a pentagram body harness that it covers the chest, and then a wapsi corset as a belt, because every single item in this outfit is made out of a different material. Each one of them kind of stands out and pops against each other. For the last outfit, I decided to go a little bit simple, using the Atelier Puro OP as the base. I've added onto it a few different accessories. I've got the Voodoo Dolly belt, the Pouvy bag, and then the lace sailor collar on top of it. Because they're all different textures, they do stand out on top of each other, like they each pop in their own way, which is, at the end of the day, kind of the goal for this wardrobe. I really love putting together Gothic outfits. I know at heart I see myself as a sweet Lolita, but I really do like, I got my origins in alt fashion were in Gothic. You know, I was a mall goth when I was a little wee babe teenager. I act like I'm the same height I was when I was 13. But anyway, I digress. So I hope you guys enjoyed those outfits. I'm gonna try and do some more Gothic, not flat lays, but, you know, mannequin shots on my Instagram. If you'd like to see more of those, feel free to follow me there. I really love doing this kind of stuff, so let me know if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget that you can apply the concept of mixing different kind of like textures, not just in Gothic fashion. You can apply this to any of the other closet ideas that I did. You just use a similar color palette, and black is definitely one of the easiest to go with, but you could do the same thing with like how I'm wearing a cream skirt and a cream waist cincher wapsi corset. And then the head bow, all three of them are different textures, different materials, different prints. This is no print, but obviously, you know, mixing and matching stuff like that to build a full coordinate. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and don't forget, I have a Discord and I'm doing a giveaway right now for a free sewing kit. All you have to do is join the Discord, and I will randomly pick 1 or 2 people to win a free sewing kit that'll be themed to a certain alt fashion style, and I'll let you guys let me know what your alt style is, and then you will get a sewing kit themed for your style specifically. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite outfit or part of this video was down below. If you would like, this is the last of the capsule wardrobe videos I had planned. If you would like me to do a super specific sub-style of Lolita, I am happy to do that. I got almost everything in my wardrobe. I got it all. You let me know and I can make that happen. If nobody gives me suggestions, I'm going to tell y'all right now, my next one will be Yeehaw Lolita, and that is not only a promise, it is a threat. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!